Hi guys. So I went by Neiman's because I wanted to grab some of my Oribe Royal Blowout. It's like my favorite hair product of all time, without a doubt. And she ended up giving me these samples of Creed. Creed is expensive. It's way out of my price range, but I will try these and we'll see. This fragrance is Spring Flower. So let's just try it right now. Hopefully it doesn't smell bad. She gave me 2. But that's actually not bad. I don't know if it would make a better like room spray or perfume. But either way, that's not what this video is about. I want to talk to you guys because this Jessica Kent situation, since I've made the decision to follow it as a former fan and someone that has a commentary channel, things are developing somewhat quickly, and I would just want to give you guys this little video as like a semi update. First, let me make something very clear, just so you guys know what to expect out of me. I said in the beginning of this that I would cover things that I found pertinent to the story. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. If I find that it's worth discussing, then I will deliver a video on it. If I find that it's not my place to insert an opinion, or, it's some kind of like detail involving her kids, I'm not going to bring that onto my channel. But as things develop, I think it's important to give people a place to vent their frustrations. And the other thing that I will say, people on YouTube should not be fazed by commentary channels unless the commentary channel is speaking facts or actually bullying them, which I also understand that. But that's not what's going on in this situation. Jessica Kent should not be threatened by anyone making videos on her. I don't like this narrative when bigger YouTubers make it sound like they're being threatened by a smaller channel. And typically the only way that happens, I'll tell you guys, there are people that have made videos about me. Do I come on my channel or make it well known? Oh my God, this person said da 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 da, and they're whatever. I don't make a habit of doing that. I've mentioned it a couple times in passing, but the reason that I don't do that is because it's simply people that don't like me. And even if they have been bullying and disgusting with some of the things that they have said or allowed to be said in their comments section about me, I know that it's just people on the internet that don't like me, and that's okay. But I'm not threatened by them, and I'm not making a spectacle of people having an opinion about me. Do I love it? No, I don't think anyone loves it. But there is no reason to make a fuss publicly on your channel about other people that don't like you unless they are speaking the truth about you, to some degree or another. Or like I said, if they're actually bullying, and that's a very small percentage of what I see happening on YouTube. I think we all know who the bullies are. The whole point of me following this Jessica Kent situation as a former fan is because I can relate on both sides of the coin. I can relate as somebody who has seen a lot of her content from early on, and I can also relate as somebody who feels very let down and equally concerned with the things that are playing out publicly. And I think it's important to provide people that space to vent how they feel, have a conversation about it, insert their own life lessons or knowledge or education into the conversation as well. Because if you try to do that on her channel, chances are your comment's going to be either ignored or even more likely deleted. So that's the whole point of this conversation. I will continue to cover things as I see fit. And I don't know if that will be a couple times a week. I don't know if that will be every other week. We're just going to see how things go. And that's what I'm here for. The other thing that has happened over the last couple of days is she made a TikTok and then quickly deleted it. I always think it's funny when people post a video just to automatically delete it. Like, you didn't even have time to think about it. You just deleted it. Anyway, she deleted the video, which I will play for you guys for context, but it's essentially the same narrative that I've seen a lot from her lately, which is really disappointing. It's always, I need more time. Oh, I wanted so-and-so to tell you themselves. I wanted them to tell you their story. If you wanted them to tell their story, why not put that in the first video? Why not have them on the first video that you released? Because it seems to be this pattern of, well, I need more time. Oh, I didn't give you this information because XYZ. I wasn't ready. I'm not mentally prepared. I messed up editing. I don't have enough time. I was doing so-and-so instead.
I did a video titled, My Ex is Facing Prison Time. And in that I outlined some background and context of the situation and a little bit about what's been going on, and I shared his charges. I didn't share who checked on him and why, because I want the person that had him checked on to just tell you himself. I can sit there and say all day long that he was checked on one single solitary time for a valid reason, but I would rather just show you with the videos that Jason has. I would rather him just tell you why. There's also so many layers to this, and there's other people involved. Parole officers had to be notified that they had police contact. It's not as simple as, hey, this is in the police report, so da-da-da-da. I just needed a little bit more time to gather my thoughts, rewatch a couple of videos to hear what my ex says, because the reason that he was checked on was for his mental health. He has episodes, and they're scary, and they're violent, and they're dangerous, and that's not his fault. He has PTSD, and he's been drinking heavily and doing other things. And I just wanted a day to just wait to share that, and also have you guys just hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Why'd you do that? Why did you have him checked on? I'd also like to add in here that I've been checked on all hours of the night for 8 months straight. I mean, it is exhausting. I know what it feels like to be woken up out of a dead sleep to cops with flashlights in my face, because it's been happening over and over and over and over again. I have also been investigated by DCFS for 4 months straight because of 2 separate cases. They have both been found unfounded, and it's just continuing the harassment. It's continuing the abuse cycle. And I humbly want to ask for just a little bit more grace here. I'm sharing the things that I can share when I'm ready and when I can, and I can understand why it would seem like I left that out on purpose, like it was malicious. But the fact of it is, even if Jason sent someone to his house, who my ex has talked to many times on video chat, they were all cool. Jason was friends with Reese for an entire year when I was completely out of the picture, out of Jason's life, I mean. But the fact of it is, even if Jason sent that guy over there to check on him, to annoy him, that doesn't really matter, because he had no right to fire a gun at a man walking away. He opened the door, and I have this all on video. I'm going to share that in tomorrow's video. He opened the door with a gun, already aggressive. He said, hey, we're just trying to check on you, just trying to see if you're okay. He goes, I'm okay. Come back here again. I'm calling the cops. He goes, okay, good enough for me. The guy walks away. Reese follows him into the parking lot of a triple stack apartment building in front of 3 witnesses and fires around for no reason. No one made him pull that trigger. No one made him pull that trigger. So I hate that it feels like I am being malicious. I am not. I'm not trying to omit or hide things intentionally. It's just really unfair to have this entire very loud group of people picking apart every single thing, calling me a liar, saying that I'm manipulative, calling me all kinds of names, when in reality, I just needed a little bit more time to, have Jason tell you himself. So anyway, there's another rumor going around that I had someone's channel deleted. Now, I've never set this person's name on my channel, and I never will, but I just want to show you something real quick. So YouTube will delete a channel for repeated violations of the community guidelines. Repeatedly, posting abusive or hateful content, harassing videos, things like that. Even the comment section can be flagged as a reason to delete the channel. So if you know the content creator that I'm talking about, I would like you guys to just ask her, please show the email that YouTube sent you, because YouTube will not delete a channel without telling you exactly why. And I haven't seen it, but she told me herself that the link that she had, the commission link, or not commission, I don't know if it's commission link, the link that she had to telehealth was not the problem. She said specifically that YouTube told her that link wasn't the problem. My guess would be it's for harassment and bullying, but I don't know. That's just my best guess. So just ask her, show the email that YouTube sent you. So it's really disheartening to see a lot of women make videos about me or comment about me and say that all of these things, that I'm lying and all of that. And I would like to point out that that's why victims of domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, even sexual abuse, this is why victims don't tell their story, because they're victim blamed or picked apart, or, we hear things like, you picked him. stop picking bad men. And it just falls on us all the time. And if you don't know anything about domestic violence or narcissistic abuse, if you've never experienced it, then you truly don't know the hell that victims of that abuse goes through. So again, whether he was checked on to annoy him or not, the fact of the matter is this shows a pattern of violence and being irrational, being erratic, and being dangerous. And it's not just violence towards me anymore, right? So I will see you guys in tomorrow's video with all of the videos and with Jason and all of the things. But please know I'm doing my absolute best to show or share meaningful content, share my story, and give advice, and do all of that at once, which is very hard to do. And I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.
It seems like just an endless stream of excuses and asking for grace and more time. It's always those two. And look, I get it. This is probably one of the hardest things to go through publicly. But you chose to make it public. Again, we go back to square one. What is square one? If you don't want people to talk about it, keep it off the internet. And if you want to have a healthy co-parenting relationship with your former partner, I don't think putting it on YouTube is going to do anyone any good. And I've heard this back and forth. Oh, it's this guy who is super scary and literally tried to kill me, and he's so scary, and he's in a relapse, and so scary and so scary. And then there's also the, I want him involved and to have a decent relationship with our kids. It's very confusing from a viewer's perspective, and you're the one providing all of it to the viewers.
I've tried multiple times to address things from my point of view, from my perspective, and it's really hard to do that and then hear 200 people tell me that I'm lying, So I've addressed things the best that I can. I'm going to continue to try to just present facts because I don't know what else to do. And yes, I built my brand on transparency, but transparency does not entitle everyone to every single little intimate detail of my life. I'm doing the best that I can, just staying healthy and taking care of my babies. And the only way that I can prove that is with time and consistency. So again, I am trying to share what I can, when I can, how I can, and whatever I am comfortable with. But, you can't win on the internet. People are going to believe and assume whatever they want to. I'm not driving, by the way. But yeah, there's just nothing I can do to make people that are very loud, and it's a small group of people that are very loud. There's nothing that I can do to make them stop or make them actually be like, okay, wait, maybe she is okay. Maybe she is sober. Maybe she is being honest. It just has to play out how it will, and I'll share things whenever I can, and if I'm ready, and if I want to, and all of that. So yeah, love you.
There are two more things that I want to touch on in this video. Number one is going back to the I need more time narrative. Typically, what I have seen personally, and you guys chime in down below, what I've seen personally is when somebody is constantly asking for more time or only addressing things because they get called out on that certain thing, it's usually because they're either trying to manipulate a narrative or they're lying. It's one or the other. Because what time gives liars an opportunity to do is come up with how they're going to cover their ass. How are they going to save their reputation? By saying, look over here, don't look over there. Listen to what I'm telling you. Don't listen to what could be the other side of this. Only listen to my narrative. Because I'm the one that has a public image to uphold. Does that make sense? The other thing I want to talk about, and this is one of the most important things, and I think that it should be talked about. I would talk about it till I'm blue in the face, because it is that important to me. Jessica Kent having a convicted child abuser in her home with her kids. What are you doing? How is a viewer supposed to okay that? You took somebody out of your home that was this big scary guy and mental health issues and a relapse and abusive, financial abuse, emotional, financial, physical, all of this stuff. And it seems to me as a viewer that Reese has been replaced with Jason, who fits some of those categories that Reese was supposed to be such a bad guy for, and Chris, who is a convicted child abuser. So if you're removing somebody from your home or from your life who is doing this list of things that is actually bad, and I'm not taking up for Reese, but Reese is doing these things, so we need to get rid of Reese to get rid of this list of things. And just a short time later, we're going to replace Reese with people who do the same things that he did. I don't get it. And when Jessica constantly is talking about, the cycle of abuse continues and abusers re-abuse, and everybody should have a big soft spot for her because she is going through such a tough time. I extend my sympathy to anybody who has been in a DV situation. But most people who get out of a DV situation, even if it takes them a while to leave, and I understand that too, it takes a few tries, sometimes it takes 15 tries. I have sympathy for that. However, you don't see people so quickly replacing the toxic person with a new person who is doing the same things that the toxic person was doing. I wish that she could understand how frustrating this is from somebody who has consumed the information that she has given us, and none of it makes any goddamn sense. I am not trying to come down really hard on her. I was rooting for her. For what that counts for, whatever. But I was rooting for her, and I know a lot of other people are in the same boat as I am, holding out hope, hoping that this wasn't going to continue to get worse. And she has promised a video, and it's been a couple days, and she says, well, I'm mentally not feeling well physically, and then she answers a question saying her mental health is actually doing okay. So what is it? And then you're saying it takes 9 hours to edit a video. You guys, I edit videos, and I know that my editing is not anything crazy or anything like that, but I can put out a 45 to 60 minute video, and it might take me, if it's a reaction, which those take longer to edit, might take me 2 hours to edit at the most. And I get it, you have kids and distractions and all that kind of stuff, but 9 hours? Like, what is it that you're actually editing?
Now my mental health is better than it has been in a long time, and I don't know what it is. The cycle hasn't changed. I'm still going through this roller coaster of things where something will be really great in my career, and then something will be equally as bad in like my personal life. And for whatever reason, I've just kind of, maybe it's just healing, but I've kind of just accepted it, this is what we're doing today. Cool. I can't control it. I can't change it. I can't stop it. I just have to kind of roll with the punches. So my mental health is better. I have a long ways to go, but any improvement is appreciated. When you've gone through the things that I've gone through, it's like I'm trying to work through this maze, right? And every day it feels like, okay, I'm closer to the end of this maze, and then something else happens. So sometimes it feels like I'm taking 10 steps back in my mental health and my healing journey. But healing isn't linear, and I know now, today, that I am so much better than I was 6 months ago, 8 months ago, 2 years ago. And my worst day now is still better than my best day with my ex. And I don't always feel free because it's still heavy. There's still a lot happening, but I feel freer than I did before, and I just gotta keep. I'm at a 10. I'm also having technical difficulties. And I'm all the way over it. So I know I told you guys I'd have a video up today, but I can't sit here and stare at this computer anymore because I am in physical pain, like mentally. So tomorrow, y'all can wait another day, right? I mean, this isn't going anywhere. And I cannot. I would rather do anything else. I'd rather spend the rest of the night in jail, if I'm being honest, because this is painful for an ADHDer to sit here for 9 hours straight. All right, love you guys. Tomorrow, it'll be up tomorrow, I promise. I promise. I'm trying.
And I get it, like inserting videos or inserting a photo here and there, cool. But to me, the whole thing just looks like a person who is trying desperately to save their image. And the only reason their image is the way that it is now is because of information that she has fed to the internet. Brought it to the court of public opinion. People have made their opinions known, and here we are. And we still don't have like addressing the actual concerns. At the top of the list, why is a convicted child abuser hanging out with your children, interacting with your children, not once, but multiple different times? Jessica has called this person a close friend. And yes, I'm going to use that damn clip again because I think it's important.
Jessica Kent's best friend Chris was charged with child abuse and domestic violence in March of 2022. Jessica and JD love discussing how much they hate people who abuse children and women, which is ironic since their current friend abused a child and a woman.
Keep your hands off women and children!
That's my friend Chris. He has been here through all of this shit. Not serial fun seeker, is a really good friend of mine.
A recent video on Chris's TikTok after Jessica's kids did his makeup in her house.
Because in the 40 years I've been on this planet, I have never been a good person. I am on felony probation for child abuse against my children. They'll tell you I'm not a good person. The amazing woman I was talking about in that video, well, I cheated on her multiple times. She'll tell you I'm not a good person. Because unfortunately, I know better than anyone what that kind of manipulation and abuse looks like.
I realize that it is probably super scary to think that she built all of this up for it to come crashing down. But when we talk about all of these toxic situations that she has made public, who is the common denominator? It's Jessica. And I am not saying that she is not a victim of some, alleged bad stuff. But at the same time, you have to be able to use some critical thinking skills and think, what else could be going on here? What's the other side? What is the side that Jessica isn't telling us? Even though she's so transparent. I am frustrated as a former subscriber of hers. And I'm sure you guys can tell that. But the last thing I want to talk about in this video is you are who you hang out with. Okay? I've been hearing that since I was in elementary school. You are who you surround yourself with. You are who your friends are. Blah, 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 blah. And I've followed a few other prison creators on TikTok and YouTube just out of my own curiosity over the years. And some of them I still follow, some I don't. The one thing that I have heard from more than a couple of them is that once they were out of that lifestyle, they had to cut off a lot of people that were still in that mentality of doing things that were illegal or doing things that could eventually lead them back to serving time. And I just want to put that out there to kind of harvest your all's opinions. Do you agree that you are who you hang out with? Tell me how you guys feel about that. I just think the exchange of, well, I had to so desperately get away from this person, and then I sent the welfare check to have this guy show up at his house at 1 a.m., and then I'm going to make a big deal that he was not happy that this guy showed up at his doorstep. The whole thing, man. The whole thing is a disaster. But I want to continue to give you guys an outlet and a place where we can talk. And maybe in my next update, whenever that is, maybe I will read the comments from this video. Not all of them, but I'll pull like the top 20 or something, so that I can also elevate your all's opinions, because I like to do that sometimes. But I think that's going to be it for today. Oh, one other thing, Doherty Dozen related. Obviously, this doesn't need its own video, but I was sent this clip a couple weeks ago of Pure Leaf doing a grants thing for working moms. And I saw Alicia Doherty in there. And I always like to, I've learned my lesson in the past, and I need to confirm a receipt when I'm sent it. Some people like to, just see if you'll run with things, and I've made that mistake once before. Very long time ago. It's so funny because that person, what a wackadoodle. Either way, that's not what this is about. I want to talk about when I went to look for the receipt, it didn't show Alicia. So I was like, I'm going to leave that alone. I don't know. Someone probably spliced it in there to make Alicia look bad or whatever. But then I got an ad on TikTok a couple days ago. And the ad on TikTok showed Alicia. So it's their ad version that actually shows her. It's not the actual video that they posted on their TikTok account. And I'll play it for you guys now that I have confirmed that it is true. Pure Leaf, what the hell are you thinking? Alicia Doherty needs no grants. She needs no funding. She needs no giveaways. She needs nothing for free. The woman has made a mountain of money by exploiting her children, which she continues to share them to this day. She has not changed. She has not learned. She's not doing any better. She builds toxic parasocial relationships with people on the internet. She tells the whole world where her kids go to school. She uses their medical issues, and she fills them full of sugary junk day in and day out. So Pure Leaf needs to pull it together, and let's offer the grants to parents that are actually protecting their children and need a little bit of financial assistance, because I know that there are a lot of parents out there, and my heart is with you if you are one of them. Such a big brand, to even have her as a part of this campaign just made me shiver. Again, companies, please hire a social media person to do 1 hour of homework before you decide to throw an influencer into an ad. But that's going to be it for today. I also have a video coming up regarding this Target boycott situation. I have a few thoughts about that, and we are going to talk about it. But for today, that's it. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.